Hi guys, welcome back to the video. I'm hoping this is going to work correctly. We got finally got our microphone, guys. A nice little Blue Yeti here. We'll show us on camera. And sorry, I don't know why my camera, my computer here is kind of grainy. I might have to get something different. Get like a webcam attachment, but it'll work for now. The main thing is we got better audio. So, and I got a boom mic thing coming and all the attachments and all that. So. But yeah, welcome back to the channel, guys. Basically, we're gonna go over some drones, different some different options. I got like 3 on here. I mean, there's 100 kajillion different options on here for drones, guys. I'm gonna go over some later on some drone laws in the Philippines, where I'm gonna be, and even even here in the States, there's laws, but I'm gonna be in the Philippines mostly using mine. So I mean, I'll kind of get the hang of it here, and then because you got to register if it's over, I think it's 0.55 pounds, which is like kind of like half a pound. You have to register that with the FAA, so like the Federal Aviation Administration, I believe. I'm gonna kind of go over what I think is the best model, and then how to get your drone pilot license if you're going to get into that type of thing. Me, I'm just using mine for vlogging. I'm not going to be professional or anything like that, but we'll go over that a little bit. So, all right, starting with, we will start with the Holy Stone, which this one really has my interest kind of peaked here. Yeah, okay, so let's get right into it. Holy Stone, model HS700E. My screen's a little bigger. There we go. Okay. 4K ultra high definition drone with ELS anti-shake, 130 degree. I'm not sure what the FOV it means. Full on view, maybe. Camera for adults, GPS quadcopter with 5 gigahertz first person view transmission, brushless motor, easy auto return home, follow me, and outdoor carrying case. This comes with, as you can see, 2 batteries here, so that's nice little travel case there lined with foam that'll help you protected. Got your control over here that you can put your smartphone and it'll fit right in there, so that's kind of nice. Looks like some nice joysticks there. Never flown this drone before, so I'm not sure the sensitivity of it. Based on what I've kind of seen, guys, pretty much, I mean, they got drones much cheaper than the $300 here, but that's pretty much, that's the bare minimum, I think, to get a decent drone with decent flight time, a decent camera, so on and so forth. So that's pretty much my cutoff point, and they go way up from there. I mean, I seen a DJI Mavic for like $2,000 earlier. That's insane. I would not, unless you could be like a professional, like for a company or drone racing for money or something like that. You know, you don't need anything remotely that fancy, but obviously the more you pay, the more you get. So yeah, let's go down here. We already talked about a lot of that. Extremely user-friendly. Yeah, there's no need for complicated preparation. Work before each flight. The altitude hold, headless mode, air pressure sensor, and optical flow modules make the HS700E super friendly for novice pilots. And one thing I noticed about this one, I looked at a lot of the other Holy Stone ones. This is one of the few that has the stands on both sides. A lot of the other ones just have the little notches right here, just to kind of protect the camera, which is cool. If it comes down hard, especially on an uneven surface, some other ones could easily damage the camera here. So I like these ones that got the 2 sturdy I don't know what you want to call them, landing sticks there, or I'm not sure exactly the name of those, but you guys get the point. It's they're there to protect the camera, so definitely a good thing. Newest additional features for endless fun. Follow me. So this drone can, like, basically you can set like a particular path for it to fly on, or you can have it follow you, like whether you're walking or running or climbing or riding a bike or whatever. So that's a really awesome feature. Returns the home automatically if the battery gets low or the signal gets low, or if you just hit the return to home button on your controller here, somewhere on there. Okay, so about 23 minutes a piece on the battery life, so a total of 46 minutes. Premium carrying bag, blah, blah, blah. So this one originally was the one I was probably going to go with, and I might still, but I'm going to show two other ones. Like I said, there's 100 gajillion drones on here. Yeah, here's the DJI Mavic 3 camera. If you got that kind of money and you're really looking to go pro, that looks like the one to have right there, but that's way beyond my price range. So even if I could afford it, well, I could technically, but I'm not going to short myself like that. But even if I could afford it without a severe financial hit, that's just way too much for a piece of plastic and metal for me. But everybody has different priorities. This kind of shows you the difference between ELS and the ELS 4K. Of course, that's just for selling purposes, probably electric image stabilization. Excuse me. Okay, EIS. Yeah, I'm still kind of I want to say I'm a noob with the drones, maybe a beginner intermediate. Let's see, excuse me. Yeah, flight time is 46 minutes, so that's 23 piece, and you can get extra batteries too. I'll probably get like at least 3 or 4 batteries. They run about $45 a piece. All right, so let's go over some specs here before we move on to the other one. Weight 18.51 ounces. 16 ounces in a pound, obviously, so that's a little bit over a pound. Flight time 23 minutes per battery. Charging time about 5 hours, pretty standard. Video resolution 4K. Live view quality 4K at 30 FPS or 1080p at 60 FPS. Better probably to go 4K. Field of view 130 degrees, pretty good. Transmitter range 3,200 feet, 3,277 feet. But the first person view with the actual, going to take videos, because what I'm using mine for, is 1,640 feet. Still not bad though, guys. That's not bad for a $300 drone. And you get one drone, one transmitter, 2 drone batteries, carrying case, 4 extra propellers is nicely. They throw that in there. Landing gears, 1 USB charging cable. Move my head out of the way here a little bit. And instructions. So that's cool. Right here, yeah, the Federal Aviation Administration requires registration of many drones flown in the U.S. or other countries for hobby or commercial purposes. To learn more about drone registration requirements, visit the Federal Aviation Administrator's drone page. Yeah. So yeah, if it's over like half a pound, you gotta because there's a DJI Mini I was looking at. Actually, I think that's going to be one of the ones I'm going to show next. Yeah, 1.23 pounds, 14 years and up. Of course, if your child's younger than that, you're supervising, that'd probably be just fine. Yeah, there's other options down here, and this, some Q&A. You guys know, I'm sure, how Amazon works. But yeah, there's one option there. Lots of different functions there. But yeah, let's go on to number 2. Go back up here. All right, guys, so continuing on here, we're just gonna show just a couple more drones here. This is popular. It's a popular model here. Anything from what I'm understanding from the DJI family here is really good. This is the smaller one, DJI Mini SC camera drone with 3-axis gimbal, which is what you want for stabilization for video recording. 2.7 camera, so not the 4K, but I read a little bit of reviews. People say you don't know really much of a difference. This is lighter than mine. Mine's about 1.5 pounds. This one's only about 0.5 pound, so you get a 30-minute flight time as opposed to 25 in mine, the one I end up going with, the Ranger. The fact that this is under 250 grams, it's $249. You don't have to register it with the FAA, so that's kind of nice. Scale 5 wind resistance. I was kind of worried about this being smaller one being whipped around in the wind. See $300 there, but you know, it's see all the accessories there, quite a bit of stuff, extra propellers, you know, charging cables. Not sure what that thing is here. Connector cables, C, drone itself, the remote. So yeah, the reviews look pretty good on this one. I didn't end up going with it, but just so you guys know, the DJI series is pretty much the Nike Air of drones. So definitely worth a consideration. And this can resist 238 kilometer per hour winds, take off at a max altitude 4,000 meters. So that's quite a long ways. It's like 12,000 feet above sea level. So you can go up pretty high in the mountains with this and still be okay. Let's just show some other things you can go with it. They take these SD cards to maximum of 128 gigs. So something to consider there. Lots of there's, like I said, the guys, there's a kajillion different types of drones and price ranges, and later on in the video. 4K camera, 3-axis gimbal, gotta have that. Obstacle avoidance is one thing I noticed that the other two did not have, the DJI and the Holy Stone. This little laser camera here, and for this one costs $380 as opposed to the other two, which are $300. And for your $80, this is what you get. And unless you're a professional, the odds are you could possibly slam into something. This will not allow that. As long as you set the drone up properly and don't break this thing or whatever, that will stop that from happening. For the most part, from what I understand, comes with a nice little carrying case, the remote here. Obviously, put your phone into that, then you can see pretty much what the drone sees. I'm gonna go down here a little bit more. We have 4K, no drift, and 20 mile per hour winds, GPS. It's got the return home to function. It can follow you. It can do like a circle around you. You can follow a certain path when using the app on the phone, and we'll get into that later. One thing at a time. So yeah, this was $380. I got the 2 batteries. I probably should have got the other one too, but as it is, 25-minute flight time, so 50 in all. That's more than enough to get the views that you need for whatever. Unless you plan on just flying one all day, just flying around doing whatever, scaring the heck out of people. Who knows? So it's got 26 mile per hour top speed, brushless motors, 3 speed levels. I only noticed 2 when I was flying around, but it says 3. Level 5 wind resistance and precise joystick controllers. Of course, 4K photo, 2K video, 3-axis gimbal, 1 3 Sony sensor, and full 110 camera degree tilt to bird's eye. That's nice. Excuse me, guys. A+ specs. Yeah. Obstacle avoiding. Very, very important. It takes more than a minute to set up. I can tell you that right now. So that's a little bit misleading. Like I said, I got this little helicopter pad to go with it. I already got a bunch of these. I'm saving up anyway. I'm bringing those over to the Philippines with me. Need plenty of SD cards. But yeah, I got this little, what is that? Kinbon drone landing pad. A little tricky to put it back into the case, but I'll demonstrate that, guys, later on. Those are kind of fuss for those things a little bit. Drone laws when it comes to the Philippines. And I'll just touch base over all these. You guys can go to the website, check it out. But I just thought it was something that you would need to know. Some of these things are very important. Agency responsible for regulating drones in the Philippines is, of course, the Civil Aviation Authority. The Philippines, CAAP. UAS laws, general rules for flying drones in the Philippines. The Philippine agency responsible for drone safety, CAP, has provided several internet accessible details on flying excuse me, for fun or work. The highlights are enumerated below. For more details, go to the link above, and they're just talking about this link right here. So, our drones allowed in the Philippines, of course, but they're subject to CAAP regulations. Here are the most important rules to know for flying a drone in the Philippines. Okay, so to fly a drone commercially or fly a drone weighing more than 15 pounds, which is a huge drone. I mean, mine's got some weight to it. Mine's only 1.5 pounds, so I don't know why you would need a drone that heavy unless you're, I don't know, I don't know, going to rescue somebody or something. Maybe they could pick up a person. I don't know. That's a big drone. I doubt it, but I don't know, unless you're like maybe searching like a disaster area or something like that. Maybe it's a drone. Maybe drones that are like that have more powerful batteries. Maybe they can fly for a long time. I'm not sure. That would be a really expensive drone, though, I'm sure. Moving on, fly only during daylight hours in good weather. Of course, that's kind of common sense. Allow the drone to remain within your visual line of sight. Medium blind. That's not really going to apply to me, but I'll have mine hooked up to the app, so obviously, be able to see everything the drone sees. Avoid flying over densely populated areas such as schools or markets. It's kind of common sense, but maybe not. Never fly higher than 400 feet above the ground. Nobody's going to, let's be honest, guys, nobody's going to stick to that. But you really don't need to be up that high to get good views. Keep a safe distance at least 98 feet from people not involved in the drone's operation. That's just common respect. Avoid flying within a radius of 6 miles of airports, 10 kilometers, 6 miles. And avoid flying near disasters such as fires. Like I said, I would think some drones, they have longer capabilities to stay in the air for. I would think they could be useful to get to places like after a typhoon or a landslide or God knows what, an earthquake, amongst the rubble and amongst the whatever, the ruins of whatever area. I would think the drone would be able to get in and out of those places safely and kind of maybe take an estimate, or at least get some kind of an idea if people are in trouble or in need, or how many people. I mean, it goes on and on and on, guys. It goes on and on. I'll leave it at that. But certification requirements for flying a drone in the Philippines. Okay, so that's more for commercial UAV controller pilot. 15 pounds, that doesn't really apply to me. Not really gonna apply to you guys. Note for foreign operators, it is recommended that you obtain a carnet or a merchandise passport for your UAV equipment before entering the Philippines. And I'll get on the PH website and find out about that. This may prevent the need for lengthy customs procedures, and it may even eliminate the need to pay import taxes. That's probably important. While the Philippines is a non-carnet country, the Philippine Bureau of Customs may accept it as a documentation. Hopefully. So we'll definitely make a note to check that out for sure. In some instances, the Bureau of Customs will require an import bond to ensure that the equipment is not resold on the market. The cost is determined by the declared value of the unmanned area vehicle being imported. Notes for recreational drone pilots flying for fun in the Philippines. That'll most likely be me, just vlogging. You do not need a license or permit to fly a drone for recreational purposes if it weighs less than 15 pounds, which I'm way under that. At a maximum altitude of 122 meters, that's pretty close to 400 feet. At least 30 meters away from people. Once again, 10 kilometers, 6 miles from airport. Insurance, I don't know. I mean, these drones are, unless there's a major malfunction, when they get low, they're automatically going to come back to you. You can replace the battery and go at it again. So I'm not sure if I would need insurance. And I'm not going to be flying over groups of people, so away from areas where it could jeopardize the work of law enforcement. That's pretty obvious. Of course, flying daylight within your line of sight. And then it goes into the 15-pound thing again. So commercial drones, that's not going to be 99.9% of this. That's not really relevant. And we got videos here. This video provided by the CAP regarding the general regulations of drone flights in the Philippines. Probably just going to be showing you video, examples of what we just went over. So, all right, man, that is, I just think it'll be a pretty long video, so I might cut this up into 2 parts. I'm not sure. The next part's going to be, should be talking about the drone, showing it a little bit, flying it around, and showing how to use their
unpack and repack the drone itself and the landing pad. So, all right, guys, if you guys get any kind of hopefully value out of this, please feel free to smash that like button. My buddy Eric, of course, subscribe if you're new. Hopefully, the information I'm sharing in these videos not only finds you well, but hopefully adds some kind of value or some kind of knowledge. I don't really see too many people talking about drone laws and rules and regulations in the Philippines. That's what I try to do, guys. I try to come up with some videos. I mean, there's obviously going to be probably some people doing it out there, but it's not like really popular. But I try to come up with things that aren't like belabored upon 100 million times. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just kind of my thing. And of course, don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on any video. I'll quit yapping, guys. We'll get to the next part of the video, whether it's part 1 or 2 or whatever, or just a continuation. Appreciate you guys all so much for stopping by and checking me out. We'll catch you in the next one. Later, guys.